to NBA player props here on PrizePicks for Tuesday, December 12th. We have a super small slate over only 5 games here for the NBA tonight. Before I get started, take a look in the description below of this video. Hop into our premium Discord, $9.30 per month. It's where I post all the plays I'm making on PrizePicks. We also have other premium cappers in there as well. They post all of their plays, research, and analysis. Overall, super positive community. Everyone just trying to help each other cash. Also, don't mention I'm not a gambling expert, and this is not financial advice. These are simply plays I'm personally looking at making. Hopefully, giving you guys some insight and analysis to then make your own player prop decisions here. Again, no one's pressing submit on those parlays other than yourselves. But let's get right into it, you guys. I want to keep this video as brief as possible and want to get this video out as soon as possible. But yeah, like I said, 5 games here. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right to it. So the first play is going to be Luka over 8.5 assists. I think this is some significant value here. I do think this has a chance to bump up to 9. 8.5 assists for Luka, right? And we look at it over. He's over this line in 4 of his last 5 games. No Kyrie Irving again tonight, I believe. Kyrie's actually game time decision. I'm pretty sure he's going to be out for this one. Yeah, without a timeline to return. So he's going to probably be ruled out. We look at Luka coming off a back-to-back. Only thing that concerns me a little bit, but they are playing at home. And I think maybe, again, I'm a Laker fan. I'm not sure how the Lakers are going to come out and play in this one after winning the IST. But nonetheless, we take a look at Luka this season, game long without Kyrie Irving. He's over this line in every single game except for his last game against Memphis. We're just letting him. They weren't really doubling him at all, really. And it was kind of somewhat of a blowout, not really too close of a game. I mean, it got close towards the end, but I mean, they were up significantly at halftime. But before that, right, without Kyrie, actually, I don't know why I suddenly took away that Memphis game, but you can see here 18, 10, 10, and 12 assists in 4 previous games without Kyrie Irving this season. We look over on Outlier. Again, link in the description. You get a 7-day free trial with Outlier. It's a research betting tool that I do use every single day. He's currently minus 138 on FanDuel to go over 8.5 assists, and he's gone over this in 80% of his last, or 6 of his last 10 games here. Last 5, again, like I said, over 4 of his last 5. We look at Luka home versus away. I mean, he averages literally 9.4 assists at home compared to 7.4 on the road. So he averages almost 2 more assists at home, and he's averaging 9.4 assists at home this season. So we literally just need his season average tonight against the Lakers, who, if you look at like the last previous games since getting Vanderbilt back, Cam Reddish, back from his little injury that he had, the Lakers are blitzing and doubling teams' ball handlers and their best players. They did it to Devin Booker, they did it to Tyrese Halliburton, and I expect them to do it to Luka tonight. So Luka obviously can get a few assists just off, pick and rolls and regular playing. But if they do blitz and double Luka, I can see him getting a ton of assists off that. I mean, already over the last 5 home games for Luka, he's averaging a league high 22 potential assists at home, averaging 11.3 total assists per game, playing 40.7 minutes, making 62.5 passes. I think it's just a great spot for Luka, honestly. I think this line will bump to 9. If it does bump to 9, probably not playing it. I would probably pivot to his points plus assists, just sitting at 42.5. But nonetheless, official play here is Luka over 8.5 assists, trying to get this video out ASAP. The second play here is going to be a fantasy score line, and I'm looking at Draymond Green over 29 fantasy against the Phoenix Suns. He's been playing well, and out of all the games today, I think these are the only 2 teams that, as far as the matchup goes, that aren't on a back-to-back. Like, all these teams played yesterday. Lakers didn't play yesterday. Boston didn't play yesterday, but Cleveland did. So just kind of wary of some blowouts with just back-to-backs. But a 234.5 spread of 234.5 over under, 3.5 point spread. We look at Draymond Green. His last 3 games have been playing extremely well. Coming off that, essential suspension that he got. He's had games of 21.7 in his first game back, 24.5, and then 37, 37, and 36. He's been playing really well as of late. Defense obviously making an impact, and then really just racking up those total categories. Even before he got suspended, he had been playing well. There's a stretch where he had 38.9, 25.5, and 44.6 fantasy. Just a variety of ways for Draymond to rack up the fantasy score lines, and I think in a matchup with a 3.5 point spread against his former teammate Kevin Durant, this line's a little bit too low. We look at his splits. Stats go up across the board away as well, playing obviously more minutes. Points, rebounds, and assists all go up on the road. We look at Draymond Green in his career versus the Suns. He's actually gone over this line in 7 straight times versus Suns. Obviously, season to season changes and things like that. But, I mean, literally a line of 4, 6, 4, 2, 3, and 1 turnover can hit the over on this. 5, 12, 6, and 3, 9, 2, 8, and 3 can hit the over on this as well. So, just a variety of ways for Draymond to hit this line. He is averaging this season a 1.08 fantasy points per minute. I think we can lock him in for around 33 plus minutes tonight, I'd say. 31 to 33 minutes tonight. We look at Draymond over on Outlier as well. He's currently over 1.5 blocks plus steals rebounds, minus 135, which is obviously going to help us. Over 0.5 steals, minus 185. Over 0.5 blocks, minus 154. And obviously those stocks really impact how Draymond is able to rack up those fantasy points. And then we look at just forwards, fantasy score game logs versus season. Like, it's pretty easy for Draymond to get the over on this line. 13-3, 1-3, and 1 for OG Anunoby. Hit the over on this. Precious Achiuwa hit the over on this in only 18 minutes. Dario Saric, who really played those Draymond minutes against Phoenix earlier this season, he had 35.2 fantasy, 17, 6, 4, and 2. Now, I'm not saying Draymond's going to come out and score 17 points, but just a little bit too low. I was honestly expecting this line to come out 30 plus. I definitely think this line will bump up to 29.5, maybe 30 some point today. Here are the 2 plays for this YouTube video. Drop a like. We're actually on a 6-0 run. We hit on Friday NBA, Sunday football, and we hit on Monday Night Football last night. So drop a comment, drop a like on this video if you've cashed any of those with me. Hit that subscribe button, and as always, let's cash.